President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi confers honors on Botswana who have served the nation diligently. Sekitumile Teaching Hospital makes history by performing Botswana's first complex spinal surgery. And Litsile Tebogo receives the Presidential Order of Meritorious Service. And with that, once again, good evening. In this news tonight, President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi has conferred different awards to deserving Botswana as part of the country's 57th anniversary of independence celebration. This annual awards event was last held in 2018 and got suspended during the COVID-19 period restrictions. The awards were in 4 categories of Naledi ya Botswana, Presidential Order of Honor, Presidential Order of Meritorious Service, and Presidential Certificate of Honor. The highlights of the 2023 awards ceremony was the posthumous conferment of the Naledi ya Botswana to Philip Matante, a firebrand opposition politician who founded the Botswana People's Party, contributing to Botswana's multi-party democracy structure. The other recipients included leaders in social and professional spheres of life. Dr. Kerema Supu, head of the COVID-19 task force team, and his team were acknowledged through the conferment of the Presidential Order of Honor.
I present to you 35 candidates for eligible conferment of the Botswana Honors Awards. So, as you may be aware, the awards are in 4 categories, encompassing Naledi ya Botswana, Presidential Order of Honor, Presidential Order of Meritorious Service, and Presidential Certificate of Honor. Didine Kapalo. On a sober note, amongst these outstanding men and women, some of the recipients are posthumous awardees. We remain eternally appreciative of their indelible legacies, from which we derive great comfort and solace. It is indeed their singular and collective efforts that have contributed to the Republic of Botswana that we see today.
The Sekitumile Masira Teaching Hospital has successfully performed its first ever complex spinal surgeries on 2 patients, with more yet to be done. This is an achievement that has been applauded by His Excellency President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi. Khorata Maranyane with more.
The ability to do this complex spinal surgery puts Botswana in the league of countries with quality specialized healthcare. The hospital is working in collaboration with the CTL America, a US-based company that manufactures spinal implants. For Botswana, this is a cost-saving measure, as there is no need to outbound referrals, and it is also an opportunity for skills transfer and enhancement of the country's healthcare system.
Renale batho ba bana le botse ba jo sena ka sepe renale dingaka tse leng gore bona ba botswang ko lehatsheng la America o itlhaela gore ngaka teng ke mongwe mo go tsa ba le lesome kana mongwe ba polpotlana ba leng gore ba dira one maro a leng gore ba dira ke tswa rena e tona re le puso ke gore bona mo mankge ba ha batla kwano ba tla go kopana le bana ba rona ba khona gore ba abalane dikitso ba simolola go bona le gore me bone bana ba rona ba ka ha ba tshwarang ka teng le bone ka
the specialist team from the US, and we also have I think 2 anesthesiologists, Botswana anesthesiologists, who are also part of this project. They're also learning from their counterparts. So the impact that this will have on the healthcare system in Botswana is that it will bring expertise that was otherwise not available. It brings it locally, which means it's going to be cheaper for the government, and Botswana can find treatment faster, and that people who've been living with this chronic pain will now be able to be treated quicker than they would.
This is a feature that has been highly commended by the president.
Leading surgeons are here with our own, because we send our people to the best medical schools in the world, and they become real global experts. They have not had the tools and the systems in place in their country. Now, through Sekitumile, we're doing it on our own. And a Botswana surgeon, Dr. Mopel, Tigrom Mopel, was one of the surgeons yesterday who performed this miracle first in our country. They performed for the first time because we had agreed and put a deadline or before independence. They must perform high-end surgical implants of these products they have and engage in corrective surgery at the pelvic and the back spine, right in Sekitumile Parentary Hospital.
The collaboration with CTL Media is expected to help the hospital realize its dreams in turning into a center of excellence for spinal surgeries.
Today being commissioned to open up and do spine operations. And it is a fantastic day on the heels of Independence Day here in Botswana, that we've been able to perform some very complex and important spine operations on Botswana. And so Sekitumile Masiro Teaching Hospital as a center of excellence for spine has been opened.
One of the first patients to undergo this surgery in this hospital says she has been given a new lease at life.
Mmanyana ke bona go tlo go nna le tswelo pele thata ka gone gore gape re ne re na le bone ba ba tswang kwa America ba re thusa ka gone go rotloetsa le bone dingaka tsa rona ka kwane gore re tla ra mole go le go ntsi thata ba tla nya go le go ntsi thata mo go bone ka ke bone mma ba le ba dira ka bohego ka teng ke ne ka bona gore tota ba kopane le batho tota.
This complex spinal surgery achievement comes at a time when the country is intensifying efforts to maximize on its skills and knowledge for its people. And the hospital intends to turn it into a hub that will be able to receive patients from other countries. Khorata Moranyani, BTV News.
The Vice President, Mr. Botswana, has made a special donation to students who are affected by the recent hostile fires at Masunga Senior Secondary School. The donation comprises 25 mattresses, blankets, toiletries, and school bags. The students appreciated the Vice President's compassionate gesture, believing it will boost their resilience as they approach their year-end examinations. Baines Busiro with more.
It was a joyous occasion as the students received the gift from the Vice President. This act of kindness followed Mr. Tsoghane's visit to the school 2 weeks ago when the hostile fire occurred. During the visit, he pledged to support the students who were affected by the fire.
But Musa uketsa lihilo ukono utsenya pressure entse mo lihilong le leo isantse re emetsi report ba gaetso but hela gone I just wanted to show gore number ra iko godimo the facilities since register tsone tse re simolotseng ka tsone.
No unity without empathy. There is no peace without empathy. There is no dignity without empathy. And most importantly, there is no love without empathy. So empathy, 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 we must embrace it. So when we do that, we will continue to live with dignity, and we will enable other people also to live with dignity.
The students expressed that these gifts will undoubtedly provide them with motivation in their studies. They emphasize that these gifts not only offer hope, but also demonstrate that individuals, particularly national leaders, care about their well-being.
The visit and the donation to our school have a great effect on us, and they emphasize the support that you give to our school. On behalf of the student body, Masunga Senior Community, we say thank you to you, Your Honor, and your team. We appreciate your gratitude and your assistance. We are surely blessed.
It is with immaculate gratitude that we receive your donations and assure you that they shall be put to the best, most profitable use to heighten the standing of our institution and to make the school a conducive and comfortable area for learning.
Despite the unfortunate incident that occurred at this school, it holds a reputation as one of the highest achieving education institutions in the country. Bains Busiro, BTV News, Masunga.
Member of Parliament for Molepolle South, Mr. Kabo Moraeng, has emphasized the vital role that education plays in shaping the future of the nation and encouraged students to continue striving for excellence and use their education to make a meaningful contribution to society. Mr. Moraeng said this when officiating at the Karisichele Senior Secondary School prize-giving ceremony. Jessica Pilane and Lizzie Klaas with more.
With independence celebrations well underway, over 90 football and netball teams from the Molepolle South constituency will gather to take part in the Good Samaritan tournament, meant to not only unify the residents here, but to also keep the youth busy enough to distract them from unsavory conduct, which could lead them astray.
Ya karamo boipusonyana re bo re le mo metshamekong ke se le puso e se rotloetsa ka re ha re tshameka khantsa malwetsi di tla nyalla mo go rona mme ra go tswella ka tsone ga re go emisa thulaganyo e ka nnang ke go nna re change ha le rena re baakanya ka re baakanyang ka teng so ke a le rotloetsa le bonna ke le ba le ratang metshameko gore a re leng ka dinao.
However, this tournament, which has been held for almost 10 years, has impressed these residents, according them an opportunity to celebrate together as well as to engage in physical fitness to fight against non-communicable diseases.
Ke le bogala motlotlegi mo parlamente ka lebaka la gore o re hapa mo mekgwateng ga ke tlo go choka ke sena go tshameka ke be ke lapile mangwala a lotlhoko ga ke kgone go ya go itontela nnotagi ko ke latelang bo raiteng gwa reng ke go robala ke itse gore ka moso ke ipaakanyetsa wa finale
le tsweleleng hela le ntse jalo le ne le ngoke ba bangwe ba tsene mo dibolo mo gore rotlhe re nnehela yana re tswe mo mekgwathe re tswe mo ditseleng tse di sa siamang.
MP Moraeng also donated food hampers to all was in his constituency, so the residents also get to feast and be merry. However, pleading for pleasant celebrations at a time when unruly behaviors are prevalent. Jessica Pilani, BTV News, Molepolle.
The Department of Broadcasting Services informs the public that due to the independence holidays, tenders for acquisition of services of production of local television programs, which were scheduled to be closed on the 3rd of October 2023, have been moved to close on the 4th of October 2023. And the Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Mr. Joshua Moloi, says rabies is a public health threat that can have a negative impact on livelihoods by affecting livestock production, wildlife and tourism. He said, therefore, the country is committed to eliminating rabies by 2030 through the free vaccination campaigns for dogs and cats. Mr. Moloi said this during the World Rabies Day commemoration, which was held in Sabong.
Botswana has recorded 40 cases of rabies in domestic animals since January to date, a low number compared to the 114 cases from last year. However, Mr. Moloi says the progress is likely to be derailed by the increasing number of stray cats and dogs roaming the streets unvaccinated.
Gantsi bolwetse jo botsenwa ke dintša, botsene dikgomo.
Rabies especially affects domestic animals and wildlife. The government is committed to eliminating the disease by 2030.
Ntja ya gago e na le tshwanelo ya gore o ithibele malwetse a kana a ka tsenang.
Cats and dogs have rights as well. It's animal abuse not to vaccinate them against rabies.
wa go bona e digela ngwaga o iso e kente selo seo ke kgokgontsho.
The ministries and the private sector were called upon to play a role in the fight against rabies.
Me ngwaga le ngwaga re na le ka ela go re thusa ka teng mo ngwageng di le 10 tse di hitileng re thusitse ka madi a kana ka.
Last 10 years, we've given the Ministry of Agriculture 400,000 pula to educate people about rabies.
Gore re bone gore tota re ka isa thuto yang ko setšhabeng mme ta re isa ko baneng ka re itse gore ha re isitse ko ke gone e kgona gore e phatalle mothogo.
Ntja ke pologolo e tshela le motho.
Take care of your pets, especially dogs, because they do so much for us. Children under the age of 15 are said to be at the highest risk of contracting rabies because they often play with animals. Therefore, parents are reminded that if their child is bitten or scratched by a cat or dog, they should rush the child to the hospital. They were also reminded to request to see a valid rabies vaccination certificate from the owner of the said pet. Ke o lebogela re Botswana BTV News Tsabong.
The media fraternity has revealed that the COVID-19 pandemic has left the industry in disarray, with many of the advertisers severing connections with various media publications in an effort to reduce their expenses. The issue of financing was one of the topics addressed during the Mafoko Kotla debate, along with the role of the media as the fourth estate of democracy. Solofela Tombani brings you more.
The Mafoko Kotla debate, which was a collaboration between the Media Institute of Southern Africa Botswana chapter and Friedrich Ebert Stiftung, brought together media practitioners and media experts to consider the role of media in building a fair and free democracy. However, a major concern that surfaced during the discussion was the challenge of maintaining Botswana's private media, especially in the aftermath of economic repercussions of the COVID-19 pandemic.
The media industry is changing. You know, before the COVID, we saw it wasn't hard in terms of the revenue. We were surviving. We were able to make ends meet. But after the COVID, we saw most of the advertisers leaving. We saw most of the advertisers cutting their budget, which affects the sustainability of the media house, which compromise the quality of the content that we are producing. So it's been hard really to produce what we want to produce because of the limited resources or not having enough revenue to run the organization. You know,
With that interruption, we bring you into the Independence Eve commemoration at the National Stadium, which is currently going on, and get you an opportunity to feel the jubilation, the celebratory jubilation that is over there, over to the National Stadium.
Maribakany e ka re ga ba ruti sente go ka go phanda ka kwa ke batalutwale le lona ka ha borwa ka ha ke batamantse yao le lona
Allah! Allah! Hey! Hey! Botswana ke o a ipuisa motho wetso.
giving you an opportunity to share in the celebration and jubilation which is happening right here in Gaborone as part of commemoration of Botswana Independence Eve, an event which is graced by His Excellency President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi, the Vice President and Minister of Youth, Gender, Sports and Culture, Tumiswa Rakgare. And the theme there that Botswana is celebrating at her 57th independence anniversary under is a mindset change for sustainable development and pride. You are on BTV News, late night news. And as we carry on in more news, as refugee status is not a permanent feature, Botswana's solution to the plight of refugees is to encourage them to seek out voluntary repatriation. This was said by the Minister of Justice, Mr. Machana Shamkuni, during his visit to Dukwi refugee camp. Abigail Madorobo and Baines Bosiro report.
Minister Shamukuni says Botswana is a signatory to the UN conventions on the protection of refugees, and therefore, when reasons that compel them to flee their countries of origin no longer exist, they are requested to volunteer to return.
Refugee status is not meant to be permanent. It is not meant to be permanent. And our preferred solution as a country to the plight of refugees is voluntary repatriation.
Moreover, some of the reasons that calls for this voluntary repatriation is that the United Nations Higher Commission for Refugee is having financial constraints which affect the provision of food and other basic necessities here at Dukwi refugee camp.
We are likely to experience significant challenges in the provision of foodstuffs for Dukwi refugee camp. We are currently concluding budgetary consultations and forecasts for not only Botswana, but the additional 8 countries that UNHCR SAMCO covers.
This frequent dialogue between the Minister of Justice and refugees, mostly from the Democratic Republic of Congo, Burundi and Somalia, is giving them hope.
We just sent him to give us that hope, because sometimes we are living here without hope. But if you came, you give us hope, because one day also we will get what we want.
We must advocate for refugee children who perform exceptionally well in school to be sponsored up to tertiary and the university.
Minister Shamukuni also informed them that his ministry has started skills audit for refugees that will help his ministry to come up with measures that can improve their livelihoods and contribute to their welfare whilst in Botswana. Baines Bosiro, BTV News, Dukwi refugee camp.
In more news, the University of Botswana Chancellor Professor David Norris says the university is seeking ways of extensively applying affirmative action policy, which will ensure the university admits more students from marginalized society communities, such as the San. Professor Norris was speaking at a stakeholder seminar, which was held in Khansi recently. Angela Enosa has the details.
Any economy seeking to transform into a knowledge-based economy requires extensive use of research geared towards solving community problems and improving livelihoods. The University of Botswana stands for this ideal and promises that in its endeavor to achieving it, it will ensure there's complete inclusivity.
Everybody must be included. We want an inclusive society. We want the benefits of our economic growth. They should permeate the entire society. Policy waiting, so we'll apply it.
Project the Send Youth Capacity Building. More Koba Haruna, Bailon Gore, Rai, Badi Kubo di Kusani, Bailon Gore, Baba, Baba Biti, Bare, Basara, Baba Mobare Bakwe,
maina na mantsinzi. We want to see same access to tertiary education.
The locals felt the air surrounding some of their concerns warranted clarification.
Are you being easy the pain of being excluded and being called a minor tribe? I degree research ka khaneng. I it's a pain ya teng.
Maybe it's more research, more metacognition, marginalized communities. Can't show higher. People are kids. This one is a bad memory. You deal with it. You can't never talk about that. But it's about to go on about the Bible.
Have you done any research on tribalism, and what do you think that can break that situation so that we can be interested in the project until
However, it is not all doom and gloom, as some of the locals have had an opportunity to benefit from some of the university programs.
Ba invite go present go di conferencing. So mo hela ka go gone go mosola thata. Lutule vice chancellor a bua ka knowledge. Ba ga I'm a linguist. I get tsana go university na ka kopana le different professors ka ba bolela na ke tswa new study and me ke na le toro ya gore ke tlhabole dipuo tsa go gae. And my master's dissertation ke wa di le ka teme ya ga rona. And my PhD lo ne ke go kwala ka teme ya ga rona.
On another note, with many animal diseases on the rampage, the university announced it is working on developing lumpy skin disease vaccine. Additionally, research is also being undertaken to develop another for foot and mouth disease. Angela Nusa, BTV News, Hanzi.
Ngamiland residents have been urged to drive safely and pay attention to road signs during the Independence holidays, as this will help reduce road accidents. This was said by the Maun District Commissioner, Mr. Tabanga Waloka, during the work campaign themed Walk for Safety, which was aimed at sensitizing the public about road safety. Anthony Tobokhang with the report.
The rapid rise of road accidents around Maung over the recent years has prompted Sunday soccer teams to reach out to different organizations and host a walk aimed at raising awareness to Maung residents, more especially drivers and children who are schooling, by teaching them about road safety.
Every weekend the bana le se ba se dira la setšhaba gore be ba dirile hela yana ba bitsa setšhaba se kana ba bana ba re are ro buang ka ipabalo tseleng ke go mo tonela thata gone mo hela ba ga itsumo go supa gore next time ha re ta go kwentseng jana le bone bana ba rona re ba tshwere gore re ba rutetsela gore e dirisiwa yang akere.
Maung is vastly known for its tourism and robust entertainment industry, especially during the holiday season. Thus, the public has been urged to be responsible, vigilant at all times, and to avoid driving under the influence of alcohol.
Magadi 17 September, Botswana Television, we had lost 267 lives. Compared to last year, this time, nearly 273. More picking Helene die from the 10 to the 17. We lost 10, and then listen, 4 are pedestrians, 3 drivers, 3 passengers. Le batsamaya ka dinao bontsi jwa rona ke dumela gore the larger number re batsamaya ka dinao wa kere seo se ra gore re tshwanetse re ile sengwe ka ga re tsamayang ka teng mo ditseleng mme le bakgweetsi go botlhokwa gore re ele thoko batsamaya ka dinao mme gape interestingly mo go 10 yone 8 ke borre 2 ke bomme
re le helo le leng gore le la ratiwang ke batho ba bothe mo Botswana re nna re etelwa ka dipaka tse tsa di holiday jaaka go tsena tsa boipuso jana ra itse gore ba bothe ba ta jela boipuso ka kwano mme re a kopa jalo re letsholo ke leo la gore re hetole ka ga re akanyang ka teng ka ga re dirang dilo ka teng ka ga re itshwarang ka teng gore ke rona ba hela be leng gore ga go simolola ka rona re ka hetola gore go nne le dikotsi di kalo-kalo tse e leng gore batho ba kgobama batho ba swa.
Drivers are advised to avoid road accidents and fatalities by ensuring roadworthiness of their cars ahead of their travels for the Independence holidays and to always obey road traffic signs at all times. Anthony Toborang, PTV News, Maung.
Undercover police raided and arrested 2 men along the Tokwem border and found them with 2 25 kg bags containing substances suspected to be marijuana. The Director of Crime Intelligence Branch, Senior Assistant Commissioner Nunu Lesetedi, says the duo appear to be part of a syndicate that continues to distribute drugs around the country. Ungutile Tamache with more.
The drive to ensure the country is drug-free intensifies. The police, in the endeavor to ensure closure of all sources of drug sales and distribution, raided and pounced on 2 men, aged 27 years, at Ramakobetane Lands near Tlokwembora Gate. This wooden structure is where the 2 men had stashed bags containing unpacked marijuana.
ba eleng gore ba tshwara ka dikgetsi tse pedi tsa 25 kg di tetse sengwe se se tala se se lebegang ka re ke motokwane mme ka ke bua le wena yana banna ba ke banna ba dingwaga tse di ka tshwarang 27 bothe ka bobedi tshwanetse di emetse gore di go thomamisiwa gore a ke tsone ditagi mme a le gore go ka ithala go ntse yalo ba gore ba tale ba gana le molato ka toelo go nna hela jana ngwaga le ngwaga hela re lebile one paka yone re bona melato e go laetsega e go godimo go simolla la ka yone melato a go rekisa because ba rekisa ba akanyetsa gore Christmas ba na le madi.
The police says the duo are a part of a syndicate that is busy selling and distributing smuggled drugs around the country. With the advent of the long weekend due to the Independence holidays, the police foresee an increase in criminal activities, but are ready to respond to any of the incidents.
Re bona melato e oketsegang ya di robbery. Le gone le gore go ntse go mo paakanyong ya go bata madi. Re na le go bona ba bangwe le bone ba simolla go tsiediwa thata ka madi tsa bo winne madi ko orange tsa bo ke rekisa setsa o botsa mawa go reka setsa se seng sone dio di dintsi ela tse leng gore di a diragala mme tsotlhe di centered around madi jaanong ke re kare re ka thusana kgang e gore e se ka diragala mo ngwageng mo ka gore mongwe le mongwe a ikele thoko a se ka dira sepe se leng gore ga ana bosupi ja sone gore ke boammaruri ga gona madi a wangela mo phehong kana go le godimo e o sa berekela ka gore dikgang tse re a ditse di a diragala ngwaga le ngwaga re simolotse nako yone re simolotse bangwe le bangwe ba eleng gore ba ikela go dira melato e ntseng yana re tabe re ka apere ko e lengwe hela re simolotse re taba sala morago re taba thukuthetsa go ithella seemo se seema.
The 2 suspects who were found in possession of these bags are still in police custody to help with investigations. Ungutle Thamage, BTV News, Tlokweng.
Students at Maunga Senior Secondary School have been urged to make use of government initiatives and any other self-empowerment programs to improve their studies. This was said by the Managing Director of Doctors in Private Hospital in Maunga, Dr. Maxwell Mhato, when addressing students at the prize-giving ceremony. Lovemore Mario compiled the report.
Established in 1970, Mau Senior Secondary School is one of the oldest schools found in the Northwest District. As the school continues to expand its curriculum, tourism management classes have been added, making it the first senior school to offer such classes. Therefore, the students have been encouraged to take advantage of any opportunity presented before them to shape their future.
What you think are your disadvantages? They are your life lessons. And you have to learn to see those lessons. You have to learn to see those lessons. Comfort it.
The school management said their aim is to lead by example in initiatives such as research agenda and mindset change by offering quality education.
As aspirants of a knowledge-based economy, where knowledge is a key resource, Academic institutions must produce learners of necessary skills who are able to match the demands of the global market.
Students have been given laptops as one of the priorities of this strategy. It speaks volume about acquisition of skills than baseless knowledge.
The school held its prize-giving ceremony, which saw Leonard Mareko being awarded the overall Best Form 4 student, while Uhonesem was crowned Best Overall Form 5 student. The duo, who both aspire to be medical doctors, said hard work pays.
So I had to put more effort on my studies, study hard, ask teachers if I have problems, and so as here now I'm the best student.
Se ka ta saraba na ba ke gore go pase ha se khaya go bona le skill o le intelligence and stuff because na le nna ha so ke bothale mo kalo ke bothale mara it's all about attitude ya go ke ne determine your attitude, your altitude.
The Mau Senior Secondary School class of 1991 and class of 1993 also awarded the best performing students with laptops, computers and other educational materials to encourage them on their studies. Love Mo Mario, BTV News, Mau.
And that swiftly brings us to the sports section. Liza Osekeng is standing by. Liza, take it away.
Hello, Honest. How are you?
I'm this evening.
Happy Independence.
Happy Independence to you too.
Thank you so much.
Let's take the sport.
Good evening. My name is Liza Osekeng with your world of sport. And in our first story, local sprint sensation Lizile Tebogo, the men's 4x400-meter relay Olympic team, and the mayors were this morning honored with the Presidential Order of Meritorious Service Award by President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi at Botswana Honors Award ceremony. Tebogo is a two-time medalist from the recent World Athletics Championships, as well as the new African record holder in the 200 meters. The men's Tokyo Olympic 4x400-meter relay team, made up of Isaac Makwala, Bayapon Dori, Lungo Scotch, Babuluki Tebe, Zibani Ngozi, and Anthony Pesela, was honored for their historic performance at the Tokyo Olympic Games after scooping a bronze medal with a new area record of 2 minutes and 57.37 seconds. The ladies' national football team, the Mayors, made it to the honors list after finishing in the quarterfinals in their first ever appearance at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations held in Morocco last year. In football news, Gaborone Young Strikers booked a slot in the finals of the Gaborone City Regional Football Association FA Cup after defeating Happy Hearts by 3-2 in a semi-final clash played at Lekidi Football Center. The Regional FA Cup is used by the GCRFA clubs to prepare for the 2023-2024 season. Kagiso Molelekwa with the report.
Young Strikers, who knocked out FC Brodest in the quarterfinals last weekend, got off to a bright start, taking the lead in the 27th minute, courtesy of a brilliant free kick from Mwembediwa Totse. However, Queen's Happy Hearts, who defeated UB Hawks 2-0 in the previous round, was up for the challenge as they leveled matters 3 minutes before halftime, following a well-worked move leading to a goal by Thabo Bakwena. In the second half, Young Strikers came back a much better side as they launched attack after attack, resulting in Loneba Ipeti scoring a brace in a span of 2 minutes. The first goal coming in the 59th minute before converting again in the 61st minute. Happy Hearts were once again forced to come from behind but could only master a solitary strike by Meshak Seleka in the 64th minute as Gaborone Strikers held on for a 3-2 win to move on to the finals.
It was a very tough game against a very good Happy Hearts. But Aratlama Gaming, we saw them playing against UB Hawks. They were playing with speed. So we came into the game anticipating they will use that speed, but badrisa speed is because anticipate we will use our speed. Let's see how they will cope with our speed, and that's why the game was end to end. They were using speed to attack us, badrisa speed. But it was a bit slow because this team was playing those combination passes. Ronarsa already contained. That's why we ended up pushing Karabo into the right back. That's when he managed to contain them.
Kumatata Ronaldo more positioning, because during the week, we practice go tsena ha dipaleng cause speed sa rona re tsena ha dipaleng speed sa rona sa go godimo like e bua ke re le positioning o tlhela le gore mo line ye one bolo ha e misa motho one e re bola rotlhe tota re ke positioning and speed ha re tsena dipaleng cause ha re tsena dipaleng re tlhokana le composure.
Young Strikers will now take on Vico Mates in the grand final on Monday afternoon at Likidi Football Center after they disposed Bikaro FC by 2-1 in another semi-final match played on Wednesday. Kariso Molelekwa, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
In other football news, Gaborone United suffered a 3-0 defeat at the hands of SuperSport United earlier this evening to bow out of the CAF Confederations Cup. SuperSport United progresses to the group stages with a 4-1 victory on aggregate. In another game still in South Africa, Joining Galaxy defeated Orlando Pirates 5-4 on penalty shootout to advance to the group stages of the CAF Champions League. And finally, the Zebras head coach Mokgomotsi Mpote says despite not having all players he called up for national duty in the squad due to a number of reasons, he is still optimistic that tomorrow's friendly game against Zimbabwe will give the team valuable match practice ahead of their 2026 World Cup qualifying campaign. Mpote highlighted this in an interview with BTV Sport as they gear up to take on the Warriors in the annual Independence football match at the National Stadium. Tlamelo Munsusi with the report.
Mpote, who was given the reins to guide the national team last year, says he is a bit concerned about the no-show of some players called up to the squad. For such friendly encounters are important as national teams don't play that often throughout the season.
Most of the players but some teams by Longoring banali ntwaga ha bana le ntwaga teng ga kitso re le boma because na ke na team era jano mo gongwe o ta bona gore ha trola se dominate most of the players need to become national team ne le tsa rolas gompieno that team se ne gore they dominate. So when selecting you first look at the team that dominates the league. And how would the teams that would
The former Orapa United coach stressed the importance of building up depth and a pool of players with significant international experience.
Our intention re mo campaigning yeta re le ka bojo tere qualify because ke gone hala mo re emetse ga ntse ke tshamekisa di players mo bo chane mo bo kasafa different players ke ne ke dira la gone gore ke be ke na le a pool of players ba ileng gore ha yo asio you are saying like how ka lebela game ya rona ya Libya we did not have Orboni ne re sena moshaka wala o ne re sena Thato Kibui, but we managed to win that game.
The Zebras technical staff will use the international friendly to test the combination of players and aspects of the game.
Preparation ya rona se se botlhokwa ke the intensity and match fitness. We have been applying it in training yabo. So se re se batlang yana ke go tswa re kopana le Zimbabwe sa re itse re sa itse re sa maka le ela ile game ya ile gore rona etaber ha madua gore batho ba re ba tsotseng a ba re siametse gore re tswelele re nne le bone kana ba bana le bantse ba thoka tiro e ntsi.
The last time Botswana faced off Zimbabwe was back in 2021 where they went down by 1-0 in the Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. After the independence friendly match, the next big assignment for Mpote and the Zebras will be on the 13th of November this year, where they will be taking on Mozambique in the 2026 World Cup qualifier Group G clash. Tlamelo Munsusi, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And that is it for sport this hour. I'll be back again tomorrow right here on BTV News, DSTV channel 289. Happy Independence, 57th Independence, Botswana. Liwena Maitu.
Thank you very much, Liza. Happy Independence to you too.
Thank you.
All right. And before we wrap it up this evening, let's take another look at the stories that were taking the lead tonight. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi confers the honors of Botswana, who have served the nation diligently. And Sekitmini Masire Teaching Hospital makes history by performing Botswana's first complex spinal surgery. And Litsile Tebogo receives the Presidential Order of Meritorious Service. That's our last bulletin for the night. The next news bulletin follows tomorrow. And before we wrap it up this evening on Botswana Tonight, Benson will come in and join me to bid you farewell.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's Weather Forecast brought to you by Samuel Ramotonto. Well, the current satellite picture shows clouds are visible over some areas at northern central and Chobe. Otherwise, clear skies are visible over other areas of the country. As for tomorrow, partly cloudy conditions are expected over some areas of Chobe, northern central and northeast. But over other areas of the country, we're expecting mostly clear skies. In the morning, mild temperatures are expected over some areas of Hanti, Kgalagadi, southern southeast, Katling, and Kwening, with the minimums ranging from 12 to 15 degrees Celsius. But over most areas at Central and in Ngamiland, we're expecting warm temperatures in the morning, with the minimums ranging from 17 to 19 degrees Celsius. But over Chobe, we're expecting hot temperatures in the morning with minimums of 20 degrees Celsius. In the afternoon, hot temperatures are expected over Khanti, Kgalagadi, southern southeast, Katling, Kweni, and southern central, with maximums ranging from 34 to 35 degrees Celsius. But over northern central, northeast, Chobe and Ngamiland, we're expecting very hot temperatures in the afternoon, with the maximums ranging from 36 to 38 degrees Celsius. And as for the fire report, this red spot shows wildfires which are currently burning in some areas of the country. And most of these fires are concentrated at Ngamiland district. As for tomorrow, the fire danger index shows dangerous to extremely dangerous conditions over most areas of the country. And this means wildfires can spread rapidly and be hard to control. Therefore, the public is advised to avoid starting unnecessary fires. Well, moving on with the weather forecast for Sunday. Partly cloudy conditions are expected in some areas of central, northeast, Chobe, and in Ngamiland, but over other areas of the country, we're expecting clear skies. And in the afternoon, hot temperatures are expected over Khanti, Kgalagadi, southern southeast, Katling, and Kwening, with the maximums ranging from 33 to 35 degrees Celsius. But over central, northeast, Chobe, and Ngamiland, we're expecting extremely hot temperatures in the afternoon, with the maximums ranging from 39 to 40 degrees Celsius. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good night.